What if I told you that your blood knows more about who you are than you ever imagined? That within each drop flows not just the essence of your physical life, but a hidden map of your personality, your destiny, and the deep archetypes shaping your very being? Imagine unlocking a secret code written in your veins, a code that could change how you see yourself and the world around you forever. Most of us think of blood purely in medical terms. It carries oxygen, fights infections, and keeps us alive. But what if blood is far more than a biological fluid? Throughout history, blood has been seen as the very symbol of life force, a link to our ancestors, and a carrier of spiritual meaning. From ancient rituals to myths, blood represented connection to family, to fate, to the divine. Modern science has only begun to explore these profound connections. Beyond genetics and biology, new perspectives suggest that blood might reflect psychological patterns and even archetypal energies, those universal symbols identified by Carl Jung that reside deep in our collective unconscious. What if your blood type could reveal not just your health risks, but your innate character traits, your emotional tendencies, and your potential paths in life? This video explores the fascinating intersection between ancient blood typology and Jungian psychology. We'll dive into how your blood type might mirror timeless archetypes, echoing the insights of Meister Eckhart, the medieval mystic often called the Medieval Carl Jung for his profound understanding of the soul's journey. By the end, you may see your blood, something you've taken for granted all your life, as a key to unlocking a deeper understanding of yourself. It's not just a medical fact, it's a mirror reflecting the mysteries of who you truly are beneath the surface. Ready to discover what your blood type can reveal? Let's begin. Blood types are more than just a set of letters on a medical chart. They are symbols, each carrying a distinct energy and meaning that have fascinated cultures around the world for centuries. The four main blood types, A, B, AB, and O, are often seen merely as biological classifications, but their significance goes far beyond biology. In many Eastern cultures, especially in Japan and Korea, blood types are believed to influence personality, compatibility, and even destiny. Type A blood is often associated with traits like organization, sensitivity, and a strong sense of responsibility. People with Type A tend to be meticulous, cautious, and highly conscientious. They prefer harmony and tend to avoid conflict, often putting the needs of others before their own. In a way, Type A individuals mirror the archetype of the caregiver, devoted, nurturing, and dependable. On the other hand, Type B blood is linked with creativity, independence, and a free-spirited nature. Those with Type B are often seen as passionate, flexible, and curious. They thrive on new experiences and resist conformity, embodying the archetype of the explorer, adventurous and open to change. Type AB, a combination of A and B, is considered rare and unique. People with this blood type tend to display a mix of traits from both types A and B, often embodying the archetype of the thinker or the sage. They are typically analytical, calm, and adaptable, able to see multiple perspectives and balance opposing tendencies within themselves. Finally, Type O blood is associated with confidence, leadership, and a strong will. Type O individuals are often natural-born leaders, energetic and driven, resembling the archetype of the warrior or the ruler. They possess a magnetic charisma and are known for their resilience and determination. This symbolic framework transforms blood types from mere medical categories into keys that can unlock deeper layers of understanding about ourselves and others. Rather than being fixed labels, these types become dynamic lenses through which we can explore our behaviors, motivations, and potential. What makes this even more intriguing is the way these archetypal qualities align with ancient cultural beliefs and modern psychological insights. The idea that our blood carries an imprint of who we are resonates deeply, inviting us to reflect on how biology and spirit might be intertwined. As we delve further, we'll uncover how these blood type archetypes connect with the work of Carl Jung and Meister Eckhart, linking personality with deeper spiritual and psychological truths. The blood running through your veins might just be the map you've been looking for, a guide to your inner world and your path forward. In many East Asian cultures, especially in Japan and South Korea, the concept that blood type influences personality has become deeply ingrained in popular consciousness. This idea, sometimes called blood type personality theory, suggests that your blood type shapes not only your temperament, but also how you interact with others, your decision-making style, and even your romantic compatibility. While this theory may sound unconventional to some, it has gained remarkable popularity and has become a cultural phenomenon, influencing everything from dating apps to job recruitment practices. Type A individuals are often described as diligent, detail-oriented, and sensitive. They tend to be perfectionists who value order and harmony, preferring to plan carefully rather than acting impulsively. This blood type is associated with a thoughtful and reserved nature, someone who might be cautious but reliable. In social settings, Type A personalities are seen as loyal friends who are sensitive to others' feelings and strive to avoid conflict. People with Type B blood are often characterized as creative, passionate, and sometimes unpredictable. They are free thinkers who resist conformity and enjoy exploring new ideas and experiences. Type B personalities are usually optimistic and outgoing, embracing change and individuality. They are often described as independent, valuing their personal freedom above all else. This can sometimes lead to misunderstandings, as their spontaneous nature might be seen as selfish or inconsistent by others. Type AB, the rarest blood type, carries a blend of traits from both types A and B, making these individuals complex and sometimes enigmatic. They can be both introverted and extroverted, rational yet emotional, and highly adaptable. This duality often leads AB types to be seen as unique problem solvers who think outside the box. They are often perceived as calm and controlled, but may struggle with indecisiveness or emotional complexity beneath the surface. Type O individuals are frequently described as confident, energetic leaders with a strong sense of purpose. They are seen as outgoing, social, and natural-born organizers who enjoy taking charge. Their bold and competitive nature often pushes them to achieve their goals with determination. While Type O personalities can be charismatic and persuasive, they may also come across as stubborn or overly assertive at times. While these descriptions are generalized, many people find striking similarities between their blood type traits and their own personalities. Whether or not blood type directly influences behavior scientifically remains a subject of debate. However, the cultural belief in these associations provides a useful framework for self-reflection and understanding interpersonal dynamics. By viewing blood types as archetypes, we open the door to deeper insights about ourselves and others. This framework invites us to consider how inherited biological factors might interact with our psychological patterns, shaping the way we move through the world. It's a fascinating blend of biology, culture, and psychology, a holistic lens that challenges us to think differently about what our blood truly means. Throughout history, blood has been much more than a mere biological substance. It has carried profound symbolic and spiritual significance. Ancient civilizations regarded blood as the essence of life itself, a sacred force that connected individuals to their ancestors, their community, and even the divine. From ritual sacrifices to mystical ceremonies, blood was seen as a powerful conduit for fate, identity, and transformation. In many indigenous cultures, blood was believed to hold the memory of the tribe and the wisdom of generations past. It was not simply a physical fluid, but a living archive of collective experience, carrying ancestral knowledge and spiritual energy. This belief positioned blood as a bridge between the physical and metaphysical realms, a sacred link that transcended time and space. blood was also deeply intertwined with concepts of destiny and fate. In some traditions, the qualities of one's blood were thought to determine character traits, social roles, and life paths. The idea of bloodlines reflected more than heredity. It symbolized the transmission of qualities that shaped one's place in the world. Royalty and nobility emphasized pure blood to legitimize power and divine right, while myths often spoke of blood as a binding force that sealed pacts or carried curses. Moreover, blood symbolism extended into spiritual teachings about transformation and renewal. The shedding of blood in rituals was often seen as a necessary act of purification or rebirth. This concept resonates with psychological ideas of confronting the shadow or undergoing an inner death to achieve growth, a theme explored centuries later by mystics like Meister Eckhart and psychologists like Carl Jung. The spiritual importance of blood also connects to the archetype of the warrior or the sacrificial figure, representing courage, sacrifice, and the cyclical nature of life and death. Blood becomes the visible sign of sacrifice and commitment, a reminder of the deep struggles that forge identity and meaning. As we reflect on these ancient perspectives, it becomes clear that blood carries far more than genetic information. It is a living symbol, a vessel of meaning that holds the mysteries of life, identity, and destiny. Recognizing this invites us to explore how modern psychological concepts, like Jungian archetypes, might find echoes in the ancient language of blood. In the next section, we will explore how Meister Eckhart, a medieval mystic often compared to Carl Jung, viewed the soul's journey, a journey that parallels these timeless themes encoded within us. Understanding Eckhart's teachings helps us see blood not just as a physical substance, but as a spiritual metaphor, pointing us toward deeper self-awareness and transformation. Meister Eckhart, a 13th–14th century German mystic and theologian, is often hailed as the Medieval Carl Jung because of his profound insights into the human soul and the process of inner transformation. Though separated by centuries, Eckhart's mystical teachings resonate deeply with Jungian psychology, particularly the exploration of the unconscious, archetypes, and the quest for the true self beyond surface identities. Eckhart emphasized the importance of turning inward, a spiritual journey toward discovering the spark of God within each person. This inner divine essence, he taught, is the true core of our being, untouched by the external world's chaos and distractions. For Eckhart, the soul's ultimate goal is to detach from ego-driven desires and worldly attachments, allowing this divine spark to shine freely. This process of detachment is remarkably similar to Jung's idea of individuation, the integration of conscious and unconscious parts of the psyche to become whole. One of Eckhart's key concepts is the notion of detachment, Abgeschiedenheit, which is not indifference but a deep, mindful letting go of illusions and attachments that obscure our authentic selves. This detachment creates the space for transformation, allowing the soul to connect with the eternal and unchanging reality beneath fleeting emotions and thoughts. In a way, it echoes Jung's work with the shadow and archetypes, where confronting and integrating hidden aspects of the psyche leads to psychological wholeness. Eckhart's teachings also delve into the unity between the individual soul and the divine source, a concept that aligns with Jung's exploration of the collective unconscious. Just as blood carries the memory of our ancestors and connects us to our lineage, Eckhart saw the soul as connected to a universal source of wisdom and being. This spiritual interconnectedness is at the heart of both mystical experience and depth psychology. By drawing on Eckhart's insights, we can begin to see blood not just as a physical substance, but as a symbol of this deeper connection, the link between our personal identity and something much larger. Blood becomes a metaphor for the life force that courses through us on multiple levels: biological, psychological, and spiritual. In the next section, we'll explore Carl Jung's concept of archetypes in more detail and how these universal symbols might be reflected in the types of blood we carry, revealing patterns that guide our behavior, relationships, and growth. This synthesis of ancient mysticism and modern psychology opens new pathways for understanding the profound meaning encoded within our blood. Carl Jung's theory of archetypes is a cornerstone of depth psychology, offering a profound framework for understanding the universal patterns that shape human experience. Archetypes are innate, primordial images and motifs that reside in the collective unconscious, a shared psychic reservoir inherited from our ancestors. These archetypal symbols manifest in myths, dreams, art, and behaviors across cultures and eras, revealing timeless truths about the human psyche. Archetypes function as psychological blueprints, guiding how we perceive the world and ourselves. They shape our roles, motivations, and emotional responses, often operating beneath our conscious awareness. For example, the hero archetype embodies courage and the quest for self-discovery, while the shadow represents the hidden, repressed aspects of the psyche that we must confront to achieve wholeness. Jung believed that recognizing and integrating these archetypes is essential for individuation, the process of becoming a fully realized, balanced individual. This journey involves embracing not only the light, but also the dark, accepting the contradictions within us to harmonize our inner world. Now imagine if our blood type could be linked to specific archetypal energies, serving as a biological imprint of these universal patterns. Such a connection would offer a fascinating bridge between the physical and psychological realms, suggesting that the traits associated with different blood types might be expressions of underlying archetypes influencing our behavior and fate. For instance, the disciplined and orderly traits often linked with type A blood could correspond with the archetype of the caregiver or the sage, figures who value structure, responsibility, and wisdom. Meanwhile, the free-spirited and creative qualities of type B might align with the explorer or rebel archetype, challenging norms and seeking new horizons. Type AB, with its blend of traits, could represent the seeker or the magician archetype, embodying duality, transformation, and the ability to navigate complex inner worlds. Type O's leadership and assertiveness might resonate with the warrior or ruler archetype, symbolizing strength, courage, and authority. This conceptual framework invites us to see our blood not just as a biological fact, but as a mirror reflecting the archetypal energies within us. By exploring these connections, we gain valuable tools for self-understanding and growth, tapping into the ancient wisdom encoded in both our biology and psyche. In the following section, we will delve deeper into how these archetypal patterns manifest in daily life and relationships, and how awareness of your blood type's archetype can empower you to navigate challenges and fulfill your potential with greater clarity and purpose. Connecting blood types to archetypes opens a fascinating window into understanding not just who we are biologically, but also the deeper psychological patterns that drive our behaviors and life choices. Each blood type can be seen as embodying a particular archetypal energy, influencing how we relate to the world, others, and ourselves. Type A individuals often reflect the archetype of the caregiver or the sage. They tend to be organized, reliable, and conscientious, placing great value on harmony and responsibility. This archetype is deeply rooted in nurturing and protecting, emphasizing the importance of structure and order in both inner and outer life. People with type A blood might find fulfillment in roles that allow them to serve others or uphold traditions, drawing strength from a steady commitment to their values. Their challenge often lies in overcoming perfectionism and learning to embrace flexibility and spontaneity. Type B, by contrast, resonates strongly with the explorer or rebel archetype. Type B personalities are often independent, adventurous, and driven by a desire for freedom and self-expression. They challenge norms and embrace change, thriving in environments that encourage creativity and innovation. This archetype embodies the spirit of discovery and the courage to forge new paths, sometimes at the expense of stability or predictability. For Type B individuals, the journey involves balancing their quest for individuality with the need for connection and responsibility. Type AB, a fusion of A and B traits, reflects the complexity of the seeker or magician archetype. These individuals often possess a unique blend of intuition, analytical thinking, and adaptability. They are capable of seeing multiple perspectives and navigating contradictions within themselves and others. The magician archetype represents transformation, wisdom, and the ability to bridge opposites, making Type AB individuals natural mediators and innovators. Their inner challenge is to manage their emotional depth without becoming overwhelmed by indecision or ambivalence. Type O, often associated with leadership and confidence, embodies the warrior or ruler archetype. This blood type is linked to strength, determination, and a commanding presence. People with Type O blood frequently take on roles that require decisiveness, courage, and the ability to inspire others. The warrior archetype is about facing challenges head-on and asserting one's will to achieve goals, while the ruler archetype emphasizes responsibility and stewardship. The challenge for Type O individuals is to temper their drive with empathy and avoid becoming domineering or overly competitive. By recognizing these archetypal influences, we can gain valuable insight into our strengths, potential pitfalls, and the dynamics we bring to relationships and personal growth. Understanding the archetype associated with your blood type offers a framework for self-awareness, helping you align your actions with your deeper nature and life purpose. In the next section, we will explore how blood can serve as a carrier of ancestral memory, not just genetic material. How the idea of inherited traits extends beyond DNA into the realms of psychology and spirit, connecting us with our roots and shaping our destiny. Blood is often seen purely through the lens of genetics and biology, but what if it also serves as a vessel carrying ancestral memories, imprints not only of physical traits, but of psychological patterns and spiritual legacies? This idea suggests that our blood connects us not just to our immediate family, but to generations past, encoding the experiences, wisdom, and even unresolved conflicts of those who came before us. The concept of inherited memory is not new. Ancient cultures believed that blood carried the essence of the tribe, the collective knowledge and identity passed down through countless lifetimes. Modern science, while focused on DNA, is beginning to explore epigenetics, the way environmental influences can affect gene expression and potentially be passed to offspring. This emerging understanding supports the notion that our ancestors' experiences might leave marks beyond simple genetic code. In psychological terms, this idea aligns with Carl Jung's theory of the collective unconscious, which proposes that we share inherited archetypes, universal patterns of thought and behavior, across humanity. Our blood, then, could be seen as a physical representation of this deep interconnectedness, a living thread linking us to our lineage and the archetypal energies embedded in our family history. Each blood type, carrying its own set of traits and archetypal qualities, might reflect distinct ancestral legacies. For example, the Type A bloodline might be associated with families historically involved in agriculture, community building, or caregiving roles, emphasizing order and responsibility. Type B bloodlines could trace back to nomadic, creative, or independent groups, where adaptability and exploration were crucial for survival. AB's rarity and complexity could hint at lineages blending diverse traditions and perspectives, while Type O's warrior-like attributes might stem from ancestors who were leaders, hunters, or protectors. This ancestral imprinting offers a new lens for understanding not only personal tendencies, but also the collective challenges and strengths inherited from our forebears. Patterns of behavior, emotional responses, and even life challenges might be echoes of unresolved ancestral issues or inherited wisdom waiting to be integrated and transcended. Recognizing blood as a carrier of ancestral memory invites us to honor our roots and the journeys of those who came before. It challenges us to see ourselves as part of a larger continuum where healing and growth are not just personal endeavors, but acts that ripple across generations. In the next section, we will examine practical ways to engage with this knowledge, how awareness of your blood type's deeper meaning can guide your choices, relationships, and personal evolution, turning ancient wisdom into a living practice for modern life. Understanding your blood type as more than just a medical fact opens a pathway to profound self-awareness and transformation. When you begin to view your blood type as a key to your inner world, reflecting archetypal energies, ancestral memories, and deep psychological patterns, you gain tools to navigate life's challenges with greater clarity and purpose. One practical way to engage with this knowledge is through self-reflection. Consider the traits commonly associated with your blood type's archetype. Do you recognize these qualities within yourself? How do they influence your decisions, relationships, and emotional responses? For example, if you have type A blood and identify with the caregiver archetype, you might explore how your desire for order and harmony impacts your interactions. Are you sometimes too rigid or self-sacrificing? Awareness is the first step toward balance. Another approach involves examining your relationships through the lens of blood type compatibility, a concept popularized in East Asian cultures. Understanding how different blood types interact can shed light on communication styles, conflicts, and mutual strengths. For instance, Type O's leadership traits might clash with Type B's independent streak, but with awareness, these differences can become complementary rather than divisive. Mindfulness and meditation can also help deepen your connection to the archetypal energies within your blood type. By cultivating inner stillness, you create space to observe your habitual patterns and emotional triggers. This practice aligns with Meister Eckhart's teaching on detachment, letting go of attachments and illusions to reveal your true self beneath the surface. Furthermore, embracing the concept of blood as ancestral memory invites you to explore your family history with curiosity and compassion. Reflecting on the challenges and strengths passed down through generations can foster healing and integration. You might discover patterns repeating in your life that echo your ancestors' experiences, offering clues for transformation. Incorporating this wisdom into daily life transforms it from abstract theory into practical guidance. For example, knowing that your blood type aligns with the warrior archetype could inspire you to approach challenges with courage and resilience, while reminding you to balance assertiveness with empathy. Ultimately, this holistic understanding empowers you to live more authentically and harmoniously. It encourages embracing both your biological heritage and psychological depth as intertwined threads weaving the tapestry of your identity. In the upcoming section, we will explore inspiring stories and examples of individuals who have embraced the meaning of their blood types to transform their lives, illustrating how this ancient knowledge continues to resonate and guide us today. Many people have found profound meaning and guidance by exploring the connection between their blood type and the archetypal traits associated with it. These stories illustrate how ancient wisdom, when embraced with an open mind, can provide practical tools for personal growth and transformation. Take, for example, Emma, a Type A individual who always struggled with anxiety and a perfectionist mindset. By learning about the caregiver archetype linked to her blood type, she began to understand her deep desire for order and control was rooted in a need to create safety and harmony. This awareness helped Emma practice self-compassion and set healthier boundaries, allowing her to let go of unrealistic expectations and embrace imperfection as part of growth. Then there's David, a Type B personality and natural free spirit. Often restless and resistant to routines, David felt misunderstood and out of place in conventional settings. Recognizing himself as embodying the explorer archetype, he reframed his restless energy as a gift rather than a flaw. This shift empowered David to pursue creative ventures and adventures that aligned with his true nature, fostering a sense of fulfillment and connection. Sophia, with the rare type AB blood, found the magician archetype resonated deeply with her complex inner world. She often felt torn between logic and emotion, extroversion and introversion. Embracing this duality, Sophia explored spiritual practices and creative outlets that honored both sides of her nature. This integration brought her a profound sense of balance and the ability to navigate life's uncertainties with grace. Mark, a type O individual, identified strongly with the warrior archetype. His natural leadership and determination sometimes led to conflicts at work and in relationships. Learning about the archetype's shadow side, Mark worked on tempering his assertiveness with empathy and active listening. This balance helped him become a more effective leader and a more compassionate partner, strengthening both his professional and personal bonds. These examples demonstrate how the symbolic meanings linked to blood types can serve as mirrors reflecting deeper psychological patterns. They provide a language for self-exploration and a roadmap for personal evolution, turning abstract concepts into tangible growth. By embracing the archetypes within your blood type, you too can unlock insights that illuminate your strengths, challenges, and life purpose. This journey invites you to honor the intricate dance between biology, psychology, and spirituality, a dance that flows through your veins and shapes your unique story. In the next section, we will synthesize the key ideas explored so far, highlighting how the meaning of your blood type can truly change your life by opening new horizons of understanding and possibility. At this point, it's clear that your blood type carries meaning far beyond its role in medicine. It functions as a symbolic code, weaving together biological, psychological, and spiritual threads into a rich tapestry of identity. Understanding these layers can fundamentally change how you see yourself and the world around you. Your blood type archetype offers a lens through which you can interpret your patterns of behavior, emotional tendencies, and life choices. Whether you identify with the caregiver, explorer, magician, or warrior archetype, this awareness gives you a framework for self-reflection and growth. It invites you to recognize both your strengths and your shadows, encouraging a balanced integration of all aspects of your personality. This integration is crucial. For example, the caregiver's natural empathy can become smothering if unchecked, while the explorer's independence may turn to alienation if not tempered with connection. The magician's complexity risks indecision without clarity, and the warrior's strength can become aggression without compassion. Recognizing these dynamics allows you to consciously cultivate balance, transforming potential pitfalls into sources of power. Moreover, viewing blood as a carrier of ancestral memory deepens your sense of belonging. You become part of a living continuum that links past, present, and future. This perspective can foster healing, both personal and intergenerational, as you acknowledge and release inherited burdens while embracing inherited strengths. The teachings of Meister Eckhart remind us that true transformation comes from detachment, not from withdrawing from life, but from releasing attachments that obscure our authentic self. In this way, the journey with your blood type archetype mirrors the mystical path of inner awakening, where you move beyond surface identities toward the essence of who you are. Carl Jung's archetypes provide a map for navigating this journey, revealing universal energies that resonate within you. When combined with the ancient wisdom encoded in your blood, this knowledge becomes a powerful tool for self-discovery and purposeful living. Ultimately, the meaning of your blood type can change your life by expanding your awareness of what it means to be human. It invites you to embrace complexity, honor your heritage, and step into your unique role in the world with confidence and grace. In the final section, we will offer practical steps to integrate this knowledge into your daily life, ensuring that the profound insights you've gained translate into lasting transformation and fulfillment. Integrating the profound insights about your blood type and its archetypal significance into everyday life can be both empowering and transformative. It's not just about intellectual understanding, it's about embodying this knowledge so it guides your thoughts, decisions, and interactions with clarity and purpose. Start by cultivating self-awareness. Take time regularly to reflect on how the traits linked to your blood type archetype show up in your daily behavior. Are you leaning too heavily into certain patterns? For example, if you identify with the caregiver archetype associated with type A, notice when your desire to help others turns into overextension or neglect of your own needs. Journaling or mindfulness practices can deepen this awareness, helping you spot unconscious habits and choose responses that serve your well-being. Next, embrace balance by consciously developing qualities that complement your archetype's strengths and shadow aspects. If you're a Type B explorer, intentionally practice grounding and follow-through to balance your adventurous spirit. For Type O warriors, cultivate empathy and patience alongside your natural assertiveness. This balancing act nurtures wholeness and resilience. Consider your relationships through the lens of blood type archetypes as well. Understanding your own tendencies and those of close friends, family, or partners can foster compassion and reduce conflicts. Recognize that different archetypes bring diverse gifts and challenges, and that harmony comes from appreciating this diversity rather than trying to change it. Engaging with your ancestral heritage is another powerful practice. Explore your family history and cultural roots with curiosity and respect. Reflect on how inherited experiences might influence your beliefs, fears, or strengths. Rituals, storytelling, or connecting with elder family members can deepen this bond and bring healing to intergenerational patterns. Lastly, connect with spiritual practices that resonate with the mystical dimensions of this journey. Meditation, prayer, or contemplation can help you experience the divine spark Meister Eckhart described, a center of peace and wisdom beyond the ego's fluctuations. This connection nurtures detachment from limiting attachments and opens space for authentic growth. By weaving these practices into your daily life, you transform abstract knowledge into living wisdom. Your blood type becomes not just a biological fact, but a guiding compass, helping you navigate life with greater insight, balance, and fulfillment. In the final block, we will conclude by reflecting on the overarching journey, how the meaning of your blood type is a doorway to deeper self-knowledge, healing, and the realization of your fullest potential. The journey of exploring the meaning behind your blood type is much more than a simple curiosity. It is a profound invitation to deepen your relationship with yourself and the world around you. Through the lens of archetypes, ancestral memory, and mystical insight, your blood type emerges as a powerful symbol that connects the physical, psychological, and spiritual dimensions of your being. This exploration encourages you to see yourself as a unique expression of universal energies. The archetypes linked to your blood type serve as mirrors reflecting both your potential and your challenges, offering guidance on how to move toward greater wholeness. By embracing these archetypal patterns, you begin to understand the motivations behind your behaviors and the deeper forces shaping your destiny. Furthermore, recognizing blood as a vessel of ancestral memory expands your awareness beyond the individual, linking you to a lineage of experiences, wisdom, and lessons passed through generations. This connection invites healing not only for yourself, but also for your family and community, as you release old patterns and embody inherited strengths with conscious intention. The wisdom of Meister Eckhart reminds us that true transformation arises from detachment, a freeing of ourselves from limiting attachments so that our authentic essence may shine forth. This spiritual path aligns beautifully with Carl Jung's psychological insights, forming a bridge between inner awakening and outer living. As you integrate these insights into your daily life, your blood type becomes more than a biological marker. It becomes a compass guiding your choices, relationships, and growth. This holistic understanding empowers you to live with greater authenticity, resilience, and purpose, embracing the complexity and beauty of your true nature. Ultimately, the meaning of your blood type holds the potential to change your life by opening new horizons of self-knowledge and possibility. It invites you to embark on a transformative journey, one that honors your past, awakens your present, and shapes your future with clarity and grace. May this knowledge inspire you to delve deeper into the mysteries within, forging a path of discovery, healing, and profound fulfillment.